Hey, can everybody hear us okay? Test, test. We good? Okay, thanks, Nate. We're joined by head coach Nate Oats. Same routine. We'll have coach make his opening statement, and then we'll go ahead and open it up to a few questions after that. Coach,
First of all, I apologize for taking as long as we did. I didn't mean to have you guys sit there. So that's some stuff in the locker room, but disappointing loss, obviously, with Georgia being winless in the SEC. And we continue to have these issues with playing up and down the level of our competition. We had today, I think we got outscored in the last two media segments by 10. I think it was 24-14. So last game we didn't have good starts. This game we didn't close well. Turnovers were a major problem. The biggest problem is just our energy, our effort. As a head coach, stuff comes back on me, and I got to figure out how to put the right guys on the floor that care about their teammates and going to play hard for them. And I've obviously not done a great job figuring out how to do that so far this year.
Thanks, Coach. We'll go ahead and start first with Nick Kelly. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, you mentioned the turnovers. I mean, what do you think is the source of that, or what's fixable there?
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Like some of them were just. I thought we were careless. We weren't locked into the game like we needed to be. And it wasn't just. Shaq had 5, but I thought Shaq, outside of his turnovers, was pretty good. I mean, defensively, he played hard. He made shots for us, but it's 3 by Rowe, 2 by Charles, 2 by JD, 2 by Keon, 2 by Noah, 2 by JQ. It's just everybody. So, and it's not like they forced a ton. They only had 5 steals. There's a lot of unforced turnovers, throwing the ball out. To me, when you just lose yourself in the game, a lot of that stuff takes care of itself when you're so concerned with, I think, the wrong stuff in some cases. I think we had some guys worried about. I think you're just not playing the hard, aggressive downhill. I thought we had some hard playing guys out there tonight, but some of the turnovers were a little mind boggling. I don't have an answer on some of them, to be honest with you. I'm gonna have to look at the film on some of them, but there was a variety of stuff, throwing the ball out of bounds. We had some charges. We knew that they would take charges, so some of that's maybe too aggressive, but we've got to clean them up. It's hard to win a game with 19 turnovers.
Mike Rodak.
This being late January, just how much of an opportunity in your mind exists to change what it has been the spirit and sort of the identity of this team so far?
It's a great question. I'm never going to give up on a team. I think we had some heartfelt conversations in the locker room. I think some guys know that stuff needs to be changed. We referenced UCLA losing 4 straight before they went on a run, and they're one play away from playing in the national championship game. They lost 4 games in a row to close the regulars, 3 in a row to close the regular season, 1 in the Pac-12. They lost the first round of Pac-12 tournament, and then they went on a run. So we're never going to stop coaching, stop trying to fix what's wrong. We're going to try to get the right guys on the floor, get them to play the right way. We've shown the ability of this team. We've shown the capability of this team early in December. We just haven't played well here in January.
Charlie Potter.
Yeah, Coach, you mentioned the effort, and how disappointing is that to be a consistent issue to not be able to sustain that for 40 minutes?
Very disappointing, because as a program, we've always prided ourselves, going all the way back to when I was a high school coach at Buffalo and our first couple of years here. I thought we've always prided ourselves in being the hardest playing group on the floor. And we showed it at times tonight, but it's just not there consistently. We showed it against Missouri, at times, especially at the end of the game, but the consistent effort for 40 minutes just hasn't been there frequent enough this year.
Katie Wyndham, go ahead.
Coach, Charles was 4 or 5 from the floor in the first half and having some success inside the paint, and then didn't get any shots off in the second half. Would you have wanted to see a little bit more from him in the second half, or getting the ball to him more?
Yeah, it would have been nice, because we didn't finish at the rim real well. I think the team maybe was 15 of 25, if I remember right. Yeah, and he's been one of our better finishers. The issue's been when they, when teams have gone smaller, and he didn't have proper matchups out there. He's really hurt us. Like the Missouri game, he gave up all the points there at the beginning of the second half. So we've been very careful with making sure he's got correct matchup on the floor, and tried to play him when we could. in hindsight, probably should have tried to give him the ball a little bit more. Maybe got him a few more minutes because he was playing well for us. He had 4 offensive boards in the first half too.
All right, we got 3 more questions. We'll finish with these 3. Mike, go ahead. You got follow up?
Yeah, just wanted to ask him about Darius and how he's doing. Looks like his knee. When he
You
came
know
off
what?
the-
Their doctors said that everything felt solid, so I think he maybe hyperextended his knee. So I think we're calling it a knee sprain. I'm not sure what the time frame would be, but they didn't think there was any ligament damage or anything like that based on the doctors here. I'm sure they'll get an MRI back in Tuscaloosa tomorrow morning.
It looks like I took care of all 3 of the questions we had remaining, so appreciate everyone's time. Thank you.